Hey there, everybody. We are back at our Journaling by Fives composition book art journal. It's just so much fun to play around with this technique, and a lot of people have done it, but I don't think anybody probably did it exactly like Miss Shannon Green. I've put her playlist below for her Journaling by Fives tutorials. Today we are using stamps and stencils to create pattern. Remember, our time limit is 15 minutes to create pattern with stamps and stencils. I want to show you what I have to work with here. I'd actually had a few texture kind of stamps, pattern-ish kind of stamps. I've got some text stamps as well as this stamp right here. And then for my stencil, I have a Dina Wakley stencil here because it's just got so many patterns on it. It's got a lot going on. I think the first thing that I want to do is just flip through my Journaling by Fives book and get on some patterns using these stamps, and then we'll go back and do some stenciling here. Okay, let's see. It is 1:02, so at 1:17 I need to be all done with this. I've got a midnight blue stamp pad. Really love this. It's more black than blue, that's the midnight blue. I've also got a Tailored Expressions premium hybrid ink pad called Oreo, and I want to do my patterns with black ink. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll just see how these things are working. I like that. We've got, when we added our texture, we've got a bit of a bumpy surface here. But I always think that's okay because I kind of like half images. To me, half images or quarter images or things like that are super interesting. I'm not fussed about making a perfect print. I'm going to go ahead and flip some pages forward so I don't have that on every single page. I have a crackling fireplace as my screensaver on my laptop, which is my watch is broken, so my laptop is like my timer. And I am enjoying the crackling fireplace, I gotta tell you. It's very creates a lot of ambience. For Valentine's, Chris bought me a sleep machine, a sound machine, a white noise machine, and I quickly became addicted to it, and now I can't sleep without it. And one of the sounds that I've been listening to lately is that crackling fireplace. It's like it's very comforting. This is a really super cool stamp. I'm kind of just liking that a lot. Again, I don't want it on every single page. I am so hungry, y'all. I just talked to my son, and he was having spaghetti and meatballs for his lunch. When he was a little boy, he would call them spaghetti and neat balls instead of meat balls. meatballs. Okay, I think we're going to be done with that. Let's put on, let's maybe change, I started to say let's change our ink pad color, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay with this black because I want to use the Dina Wakley stencil the way that I'm going to do that instead of, you know, usually we would squeegee some paint through a stencil. I think what I'm going to do is use stamp pads to squeegee through the stencil. Does that sound like it would work? Kind of sounds like it would work. I'm going to give it a go. This is one of my very favorite stamps. I have had it, I've been doing this seriously 4 years, but 10 years, something like that. I started making fairy furniture about 10 years ago, and fairy dioramas and habitats and that sort of thing. So it's been a while. I did art when I was young, when I was, and I like won art competitions and things like that, and then I started playing music, and my whole life went down the, I'm kidding. It just seems like my whole life went down the, you know, I'm kidding, everybody. So, not so much art. And then when I was a young mom, I did embroidery, and you know, I did embroidery on my kids' clothes and on their overalls and things like that. You know, cute little pandas and bears and things like that. Okay, I forgot to. Okay, so we're 6 minutes in. This is the Dina Wakley. I'll show you the packaging here. Dina Wakley Media Stencil for mixed media layering. And of course it's from Ranger. The title of it is Shape Mashup, in case you're interested. And I'll see if I can't find a link for that and put it in the description box below. Alright, we're just gonna really go for this idea that I have here. We're using Tim Holtz Distress Ink. We're just going to see what we can make happen. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. Okay. It's not really doing what I thought it might, but that's okay. I'm kind of smooshing it through both. You know what I might do? I've got some paint down here. If I put a little paint on my finger, or I also have a tiny bit of Delusions ink spray. But this stuff is messy, and it doesn't dry very well. So I also have, let's just kind of curiosity look in here and see what it, I have a little bit of clear gesso. I have some white. I know that I should have a sponge or something to do this, but I don't got that right now. So I'm just gonna dip my finger in and see what happens. Ah, experimentation. It's really kind of the heart and soul of art, isn't it? Just do a little experimentation and see what happens. It's really the most fun thing about art. I can't get carried away with this because I'm on a time. Let's see. Oh my gosh, only have 5 minutes to finish. And I got a lot of pages to go. So, yikes. What I might do is ditch the stencil and just kind of go for some white on my finger. There we go. That's putting some pattern on the paper. But it's wet, so I've got to be careful about it. Do you hear the crackling fireplace? Oh, I love it. Hang on. Hang on. Alright, got those. Oh, geez. This is going to be a task to get this finished. Okay. And then maybe I can take some distress ink and just take the pad. I'm just doing patterns. There we go. That's a nice square, right? I like the way that Shannon talks about how your left brain works in some of the videos that I've listed below. It's very inspiring to hear her, talk about how the inner critic kind of infiltrates your thoughts at times and how detrimental that can be to your creative spirit and your fun factor and your creative endeavors. A lot of times we're canceling ourselves out. We just go, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I shouldn't do that. Well, you know what? Maybe you should. Maybe you should. What's the worst that can happen? You aren't going to ruin anything, Just do it. Just play with it. Have fun with it. Don't be so stressed out about it. Don't analyze it. Don't talk about it. Just have super fun with it. Oh my gosh, I only have 1 minute to finish. There's pattern. There's pattern. There's pattern. There's pattern. There's a pattern. There's a pattern. Yay! Okay, I did it, y'all. We have finished our stencil and our stamping for our new Journaling Buff Oz book. So let's just do a quick flip and see what we have here. I started with the stencil. It's it's taking up way too much time. I kind of like this. This really turned out nicely. I like that. I'm also getting, because that was wet, I'm getting a little bit of pull on this side. So no problem there. I did not listen to my inner critic, not at all. I was listening to my time management supervisor because I was running out of time using that stencil. So there we go. That's such a pretty page, isn't it? I like those colors. They're kind of nice and clean. All right. We have done step 3 in our Journaling by Bob's notebook. Oh my goodness, we're just having a great time here. Check out Shannon's, somebody said, who's Shannon Green? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you gotta know Shannon Green. She's the awesomest person. And she's just such an inspiration. She's so funny. So check out Shannon's playlist below, and I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Bye.